Today is part 3. Yeah. Okay. 20th. Okay. So we have a subtopic which says that scarcity is a lie. Okay. And we have about 8 outlines. That is a lot. Okay. The first one is context for the concept. Number 2 outline we have is, of course, the law of recognition. The third outline we have is keys and seeds. The fourth outline we have is asked and it shall be given. Okay. And more than enough. Number 6 outline we have economic theory. Number 7 outline we have the scarcity syndrome. And then last one is have is God's integrity. Okay. So we started the class by telling us context for the concept. And we told us that on Friday that that the fall of man occurs when a man was distracted to lose his focus from abundance to that which he did not have. So there's a lot to be done. Okay. So I said to have drawn something, but it's fine. And the enemy wants to break our focus to secure our fall. So when a man loses focus from where he wants to go, the man will surely, of course, not get to that destination. So he started telling us that I need to clean some things. And now I'm getting to this outline today. I'm not getting to 7 and 8. And now I will get to 6. So he have written to 8. Shall I? Okay. So I won't say nay. Let me clean this so I can write. I started telling us that not all truth are truth. Of course, not all truth are truth. But all truths, of course, all truths are true. All truths are true. So it's true, nobody can walk on water, but it's truth. Christ walked on water. It's true, fire will burn Shadrach, Meshach, but it's truth. Fire did not burn them. So it's true, lion will eat Daniel, but it's truth. So the Bible says, you shall know the truth and you are set you free. So all the truth are facts. There are so many facts about life, so many facts, so many truths, so many truths about life. Life is hard, life is unbearable, things are not going well. I understand. And all these facts, all of them has positive and negative. So this man here, okay, and his eyeballs and nose and mouth. So the man is focusing. So whatever you focus on, of course, expands. So the man, when a man focuses, we start telling us that he creates a belief system. So you're focusing on positive things in your life. You create a belief called faith. If you focus on negative things about your life, you create a belief called doubt. So both of them are belief, positive and negative belief. So when a man loses focus from where he wants to go and focus on this, that means he will lose. The enemy has secured his force. So the enemy doesn't want to fight your house, just to attack your mind, your thinking, your mindset. Once he can do that, definitely you have lose. So the enemy fundamentally invade our space through suggestions in conversations by suggesting things to us. And if you begin to entertain those negative things, it becomes a scenario and a movie. The more you watch it in your mind, entertain it, it becomes a psychological stronghold. The same thing with positive things. So if you focus on positive things in your life, it becomes a psychological stronghold too. So the strategy of the enemy is not so much to hunt your house, but to hunt your mind and attack your thoughts. So the enemy confuse and contradict God in whatever God is doing in our life. So he wants to make you feel that God is lying to you. That is not the first time I started. He told Adam that the day you eat the fruit, you shall not surely die. That means he's calling God a liar, attacking the integrity and character of God, and making sure that the man started losing interest in obeying God. So the failure to recognize and value what you have, failure to value what you have, the giftings, the ideas, failure to recognize the abundance, the giftings God embedded in you, on the abundance you have, of course, will lead to scarcity. So scarcity is a lie, nothing like that. It only existed when you focus on, you lose sight for abundance. So we discussed so much, and we went to the time we started saying, you will have more than, you have more abundance because you recognize that which you have. If you call that which you have something, to him much will be given. But if you call that which you have nothing, that which he has will be taken away. So we have established that fact, and we came to the point of the law of recognition. The law of recognition says that you must recognize something you have for you to have more. If you don't recognize and value what you have, you will lose it. All of us have time. That's why you are here. You have energy. That's why you are here. You don't have energy. You can't climb the staircase. You have health. You have experience. You have some knowledge. You have some skills. You have some skill set. So if it's only like that, nobody will pay you money. Nobody pay you money for having water, but they pay you money for packaging the water, either in a sachet or a bottle. Brand it, it becomes a premium. You can actually sell it in the marketplace. So all our giftings must be packaged, branded, of course, in the market. So if you not to recognize and value what you already have, is the key to losing it all. So we went out to talk about the keys and seeds, because the keys don't look like doors they open, seeds don't look like harvest they produce. So God, instead of God giving you, of course, if God will give you key to open the door. So keys don't look like doors they open, the machine they start, the engine they start. Seeds don't look like harvest they produce. So you have to value your seeds, because those seeds, of course, sometimes look insignificant. So the case was the issue of the woman that went to Elisha for help, because the husband was owing debt and debtors came to carry the two children, and Elisha told her to get what do you have? She said nothing. But after much, she said, I have a pot of oil. The man of God told her to go and borrow vessels. Of course, pour the oils and sell it and do transactions and make money to pay all our bills. So yesterday we ended by telling us, and of course, that outline number 3. Did we get to outline number 3 yesterday? Yes. So I was supposed to finish yesterday's class by telling us that doors, the keys, open doors. If you ask God for open door, He will give you a key. Ask God for harvest, He will give you a seed. Ask God for things, He will give you thought. Ask God for victory, He will give you strategy. Ask God for prosperity, He will give you a plan. Ask God for things, He will give you thought. So ask God for items, He gives you idea. So you can see that God already given you everything you ever need in forms of seeds and keys. So all you needed to do is for you to just ask. They not ask. So let's just get to outline number 4, and that let's just introduce outline number 4 at this point. Ask and it shall be given. But you should know what you're asking for. Right? The answer shall be given. So you must know how God answers our prayers. God don't answer our prayers by giving us, of course, harvest. God answers our prayer by giving us seeds. Even if God can give you harvest like miracle that happened, the issue of manna, it's not like God wants you to live by miracles every day. God wants you to live by principles. That's why He put the rain season, the dry season, the day and night. So as long as it remains, seed time and harvest time will never cease. So God expects to live on principles like laws of gravity. You can see into that John's all must come down. So I tell you that everything about God governs by 3 things: principle, rules, and laws. Once you understand principle, rules, and laws about anything, about the body of knowledge, the body of knowledge about everything. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a carpenter, a tailor, a mechanical, technological advancement, whatever you want to become, astronauts, name it. And of course, you all need to understand the principle, rules, and laws that govern that thing. So God answers our prayers by giving us, of course, answer our prayers by opening doors by giving us keys, our harvest by giving us seeds. So you must plant that seed and then be able to cultivate. You must be involved in that process, and then you ask God for things, He gives you thought. So the thing you have to understand is that your knowledge, your understanding, your advice, your experience, your expertise, your wisdom that God gives to you through your experience can help someone else who is struggling with it, someone who is struggling to survive the storms you survive. People are currently sinking in it. So you have to think in terms of value by packaging those your knowledge, your understanding, your advice in terms of podcast, books, something that God has given to you, so you can transact in the marketplace. So most people never realize that they have value in their life. They never recognize that whatever they have, of course, is a seed to the harvest they're looking for. But they sit down to groom, they murmur, they complain, they live in misery, unhappy, ungrateful, because they feel that God has left them with nothing. God has not left you with nothing. Let's put 1 or 2 statements here. Write this one, very important. God already given you everything you will ever need in forms of keys and seeds. Write it down. Even though I repeat 10 times, write again. God has given you everything you ever need in forms of seeds and keys. God has given you everything you ever need in forms of seeds and keys. So, full stop. God already answered our prayers. Even if you may say that God has never answered some of your prayers, but God already answered all your prayers. I told you I answered prayers, and we told you that God will answer your prayer by giving you keys, seeds, thoughts, strategy, and plan. So God already answered all our prayers. God already answered prayers. Even if you may feel that God has not answered some of your prayer, God has always answered your prayer. God has embedded everything, hide everything. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing, honor of a king to search out matters. God put gold, diamond, hide it so you can go search for them. You must search them, put them through process for them to become valuable in the marketplace. So a lot of people keep saying God has not given. God has given you everything. Like God has given us brain. I keep saying he that has brain, sense is expected. So it's also as you have brain. So now you're supposed to give yourself sense because man's capacity to learn is God's gift to man. Man's willingness to learn is a man's choice. So it's your choice to make sure you have to learn. God has given you leg, but you must work on that legs. So that's why I can say I keep telling you that a child that's afraid to fall will never walk. So you're supposed to look at the positive side. What can I transform my time into? The knowledge you have, the experience you have. You might think that your experience is not helping someone else until you start to share your struggle with someone who is already struggling that thing and how you overcome that struggle. So that's very important. So I didn't have much to say there because God wants you to know that God has already answered your prayer by giving you keys that for open doors, seeds for harvest, thoughts for things, strategy for victory, and of course, plan for prosperity. And definitely, He gives you ideas for the items you ask God for. So why does God give you everything? Because there's more than enough. Tell me more than enough. More than enough. There's more than enough. So we have to spend time here today. We have to spend time here and here. Let's see what we can do today. More than enough. There's always more than enough. We live in the world of abundance. There's no scarcity anyway. The only thing that scarcity is being experienced is the man who lose sight from abundance and begin to focus on that which you never have. So I would like us to write this, and very important. There is more than enough for you. This is how I want to write this thing. So write it. I'm going. Definitely, I will take it small. There is more than enough for you. To have more than enough. There is more than enough for you. To have more than enough. There is more than enough for you, to have more than enough. Full stop. When you have more than enough, there will still be more than enough left over. There is more than enough for you, to have more than enough. Full stop. When you have more than enough, there will still be more than enough left over. That's what happened. There is a more than enough for you, there is more than enough for you to have more than enough. There is more than enough for you to have more than enough. Full stop. When you have more than enough, there will still be more than enough left over. If I to prove it, I'll give you just one scripture. Matthew 4:20-20. More than enough. Matthew 4:20-21. There was a case of 5 loaves and 2 fish. And they did eat, and they were filled, and they took over the fragments and remaining 12 baskets full. And they had eaten and they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside children, women, and children. That means the God actually have more than enough for them. And when they finish eating, they see more than enough left over. The resources you see on this earth was for me and you to become steward, leadership, and of course, and a manager over God's works of hands. So no matter how much you consume on earth, you will never finish. The next generation will still have more than enough. And why do you need more than enough? So that your next third to fourth generation can still come and enjoy. For you to have third and fourth generation in your mind, your legacy, your succession in mind, there is a way you need to start thinking right now. You think more of strategy, system, structure, succession plan, and because of that, you never get involved in a job, because a job doesn't guarantee your more than enough for you. There's a glass ceiling on your job, and your child can never inherit your certificate. My mom worked for 35 years for government. Now she retired, cannot inherit her certificate. I cannot say my mom was working, retired as a headmistress, me too, and a headmistress. That's it. So for me to think of fourth and third generation, I should own a business, I should own a company, I should own a factory, I should own a system of residual income. So I need to put up something that I will hand over to someone else. My child, I don't need a certificate to own a hotel, but I need someone that needs to work for me need a certificate. I don't need a certificate to own a bank. Someone that needs to work for you need to own that certificate. So you don't need to be a businessman, entrepreneur, investor, but you need to work for a businessman. Most likely you need certificate. So replace scarcity mindset with abundance mindset, because God created a more than an abundance world. God is an abundance God. He doesn't want you to scrap for just enough. God actually wants you to deliver us from just enough mindset. Write it down. God wants to deliver us from just enough mindset. Just enough mindset for my 35 years, just enough salary, just enough opportunity, just enough business, just enough. God wants to deliver us from just enough mindset. That is scarcity mindset. Just enough for me and I, my family. No. You should have more than enough for your third and fourth generation. You can only do that when you begin to look at, of course, your psychological stronghold that is holding you to an abundance mentality. God actually wants to deliver us from just enough mindset. You have written that one down. Shall I? Write it down. Your portion is abundance and more than enough. You can put in my portion is abundance and more than enough. That is your portion. So stop thinking scarcity. Stop thinking what if. I will tell you why you're thinking like that when I get to economic theory. Why people you are telling them stop thinking like that. Stop thinking 500,000 salary. That's small money. Say, hey, I'm praying for God for 500,000, a good job, a safe, secure job. Nothing like safe, secure job. It's about freedom, but independent. Once you're not free, you're not free. It doesn't matter. So, my portion right today, my portion is abundance and more than enough. So your portion is abundance, more than enough. Your portion is surplus, basket left over, running over, filled, full, kept on filling. So, okay, will it be wasting? No, it will not be waste. It will not waste because there are people that are looking up to you. You'll find your village. So when it run over, it's not a waste because it run over generational to third and fourth. Of course, it run over. So when it's running over, your cup will run over, you overflow, just about more than enough. So for it to have more than enough mentality, you stop thinking about yourself. You start thinking about others. There's something I normally draw. Thank God I'm gotten to this number 5 so I can clean this one. There's something I normally draw. I always tell us that actually what God wants to do for me and you is that God gave us 5 dominion mandates. He said that go be fruitful, do multiply, replenish, subdue, and dominate. So that's why you have to stop thinking about self. Start thinking about others. Tell not others. This, of course, self is not bad, but this is your idea. This is God's idea. Tell not God's idea. This is called good idea. Tell not good idea. This is called God's idea. Tell not God's idea. God's idea is that you should think about others. Tell not others. Good idea that think about yourself. So yourself is just enough. This is just enough. Tell not just enough. This is a just enough mindset. This is more than enough. Tell not more than enough. If I think about more than enough mindset, okay, you will stop thinking. God, job is about thinking career. Tell not career. This is about thinking calling. Tell not calling. This is about thinking about your dream. Tell not dream. This is about thinking about your destiny. Tell not destiny. The day you do something for others, you are fulfilling destiny. For yourself, it's just a dream. For yourself, of course, it's called achievement. Tell not achievement. The term itself is called fulfillment. Tell not fulfillment. Fulfillment comes because you think about others. Because think about yourself is called success. Tell not success. Think about others give you what it calls significant. Tell not significant. Think about yourself is called passion. Tell not passion. Think about others is called purpose. Tell not purpose. And so on and so forth. So you can, it's a long list. So stop thinking about Jesus. Think about this. Because your thinking will determines your body responds to your thinking. So it's just about just living just enough. You know what thinking just enough? You're thinking about scarcity. Or if I have something, someone else will lose. I'll talk about that when I come to economic theory. There are 2 major economic theory that defines our actions and decisions in life. So let's even start talking about it now. Right on number 6. This is what we're going to spend more time. I told you we are going to do this and this. So let's do economic theory. There are 2 major economic theory in life. I will say the economy for you. The theory for you. So I need to clean this also so I can have something to write. Yes, I need to do this. Perfect. So good. Okay, there are 2 economic theory. And it's called okay, I will still put it on this platform. I don't know how to give the note first. Okay, let me just write the 2 of them first, then we can give the note. The first one is called, of course, grocery. That is grocery theory, or you call it supermarket, or bracket supermarket theory, supermarket theory, supermarket theory. So that is one is just enough. Then we have the one that is called the garden theory. Number 2, the garden theory. So the garden theory, if I can put it there, of course, grocery theory or supermarket theory. Then I'll put here the garden theory. The garden theory. This is God's plan. I'll give you the 2 theories. So we need to write it down on our note. You can put the number 1 grocery store. Let me give you a note to write. Grocery store theory. Store. Supposed to be a store here. Store. Or supermarket. Kind of supermarket. You know. You go walk into a supermarket. I didn't have my projector at my slide on what I've showed you. A picture, but most of us are very familiar with supermarket. You know, that's what we call it in Nigeria here. But outside the country, they call it grocery store. We can pick fruit and other things. So if you go to supermarket, you see items put on the shelves, biscuits, golden milk, and all those sugar, bread, you know. And then you remember when you remove one particular bread from the counter, that place will be empty. So there may be 20 loaves of bread. If 20 people come to remove 20, that means as I remove one, if it's not replaced, that place is empty. So as you eat, that means there's scarcity. So, but that is a theory. People that are thinking self, that just enough. So they think that you are succeeding, someone is failing. That is the reason why poor people resent the rich. They hate because they think that for someone to be rich, someone have to be poor. You are rich and at the expense of someone else. That is totally wrong. That I will prove to you the theory. So you have to think in terms of abundance. You have to think in terms of, the way God said, the way God told. Because in the garden, once you eat a fruit, that fruit has a seed, because there's no fruit without a seed. That seed can germinate and grow and give another tree and another fruit. So the more you eat, the more you plant the seed, the more you have. But in the grocery story, grocery store story or market, once you move an item, except it's replaced, you are the expense. So if I take 20, that means I've denied every other person coming there for the same item, because I bought all of them. Somebody coming will know. That means if I buy, someone else will not buy. I'm buying at the expense of other people. That theory is very, very wrong. Let me give you the theory in the way I wrote on my notes so it can make a lot of sense. One of the economic theory they teach us that is not empowering people to succeed and excel in life. It's not if I make $1 million now, it's not at the expense. It's not true. We can all make millions of naira and become so. Because becoming wealthy is done by the environment you grow up from, the family you grow up from, the people and friends and family you keep yourself around. Because he that walk with the wise will be wise. Companion of fools will be foolish, will be destroyed. Not even foolish, will be destroyed. So that is Proverbs 18, verse 18. So looking at it, very important. Your success, it doesn't stop someone else succeeding. Your shine, if you stop, make person shine, no shine. All of us shines at different dimensions, at different levels. If you agree with me, shall I? Yeah, sure. Let's pick the first one. The grocery store theory or the market theory relies on scarcity. It relies on scarcity. Full stop. The market theory relies on scarcity. Full stop. It explores ways to manage and allocate limited resources. It explores ways to manage and allocate limited resources. It explores ways to manage and allocate limited resources. So it's all about limited resources. It's not limited. We have unlimited resources. You know that we have been drilling crude oil forever. It will never dry up because the natural resources keep going up. We have been digging gold forever. It will still be there. More will still be coming up. So the grocery store story relies on scarcity. So this particular theory relies on scarcity. Why this one relies on abundance? No, I will give you this one. Let's finish this one first. I said that full stop. It explores ways to manage and allocate limited resources. So they begin to find ways to let us allocate resources. So that this salary is just 500,000 every month. But let us manage it. Let us allocate it so that the money will not finish. Because they know nothing is coming in. Because that salary that paying you 500K, they will use it like 5 and 6 panel. If I pay you 500K in a month, you won't finish. I'll make sure you don't think about your future again. He who controls your source of income controls your life. Who pays a piper controls a tone. So this particular theory, it manages and allocates limited resources. Full stop. Write it down. It raises prices based on limited supply. It raises prices based on limited supply. That means the lesser the supply, the more the price. So they keep increasing the price in the market. So it raises prices based on limited supply. Full stop. The idea is consumption leads to lack. That is the idea here. Don't worry, I'll come back again. I said, so market theory or grocery store theory relies on scarcity. Number one, it explores ways to manage and allocate limited resources. Number two, it raises prices based on limited supply. Number three. Number four, the idea is that consumption leads to lack. That's the thing. Consumption. Then if I consume these 5 loaves now, 1 loaf of bread with my family, with my friends, that means someone else coming will not have opportunity. Let me rush. Let me pick it. Scarcity mentality. That is scarcity mentality is the reason why people steal. They think that if I carry someone on my own, I'll be successful. That's why people steal. That's why people collect some people's things that is not your own. Because you don't think abundance. You're thinking that if I don't pick it now, if I don't take it now, I'll be lacking. If you keep it, I will not have it. That is the scarcity mentality. That's the reason why people scramble for things they're not supposed to scramble for. Because they don't think abundance. So this particular theory states that consumption leads to lack. That is it. So the more you consume, the more you will not have. So let us manage. So let's allocate. That's the problem. But this theory says consumption leads to abundance. But the more you consume the seeds, the more fruit you have. The more trees and more fruit you have. So let's begin to do something here so we can do some comparison. They put that the garden theory. This garden theory was taken from the book of Genesis when the Bible put Adam in the midst of abundance. He told him, every fruit you shall freely eat. Just one. There's a lot for you, just one. And the enemy make him lose sight from abundance, just like all of us today. You have all the natural abundance, you have the time, you have the 24 hours, you have the energy, you have the oxygen, you have the air, you have the strength. But you leave all your own. I'm going to focus on. I will tell you why envy, jealousy. I'll show you the reason why people are envious and jealous of people. Because they are living in grocery story. They leave their own and focus on someone else. No, I'll give you the notes, don't worry. So after the class, you now understand that you are living in abundance. Touch yourself, I'm a success.
I'm a success.
Touch yourself, I'm a millionaire.
I'm a millionaire.
Say, I'm a millionaire creator.
I'm a millionaire.
You're not just going to be a millionaire, you create other millionaires because of your philosophy. Poverty in a mindset, and a mindset.
Mindset.
It always starts in the mindset, it's in the pocket all the time. Wealth also starts in the mindset, but there's no we think. It's just what we think. And that's why we are not conversant with poor people. There's no location you go to in this world that you don't see a neighborhood, the rich and daylight, and poor people. Because we normally select ourselves because of their thinking pattern. Raise the price of that land in that area so poor man can now afford. Like, just look at the owner. We have a summer in a thousand shelter. We just see you. In fact, the more wonderful thing is that in this part of a thousand, as you cross Oron Road, this side is a thousand. That side is not a thousand. And you just cross the road. Land here is 50 million, 40 million. Just cross that side line, you can see land 10, 12, 7 million, 15 million. But cross the road, just Oron Road. Because we in a thousand, we don't want poor people to live it. So we raise the price of land 40 million, 50. Poor man cannot afford it. So you don't have any business in that neighborhood. You know why? When they sleep at night, the frequency of thinking is different. Poor people are witches, wizards, women. We don't want the poor man to live with us. All of us have been to Dubai or travel around the world. My brother, you always have the rich neighborhood and the poor. Go to Lagos and have a Iko, a Lekki, you have those Oyanataja, Ojo Elegba under the bridge. All those ones, they still there. Yes or yes? You have a station where poor people live. I heard that Kokomaiko, they have just demolished Kokomaiko. All of you know that, okay, most of them don't go to Lagos. There's Kokomaiko where they live on top of a very poor data environment. They heard that they just demolished those areas. But right, that's what it is. So let's begin to define about the garden theory, because it's a theory you need to focus on and pay attention, because there is more than enough and still more than enough left over for other people to enjoy. So now enjoy. That's the only thing we have to tell you. Enjoy. Because the body that poverty passes through, it suffers a lot. The body that wealth passes through enjoys a lot. I want your body to enjoy. You live in abundance. In abundance. It's just a mindset. Anyway, let's write the garden theory. The garden economics theory relies on abundance, in which every fruit consumed produce more trees. The garden economic theory relies on abundance. The garden economic theory relies on abundance, in which every fruit consumed produce more trees. Full stop. The garden economic theory relies on abundance, in which every fruit consumed produce more trees. Full stop. The garden economic theory relies on abundance, in which every fruit consumed produce more trees. Full stop. The idea is that the more you have, the more there will be, because consumption leads to more production. The idea is that the more you have, the more there will be, because consumption leads to more production. In the 21st century, we have produced more millionaires than every other century, from the industrial economy to from the agricultural economy, the industrial to all the economy. Because you know why? Because there's more money than ever in the world right now. There's more people in the world that will transact. It's easier to make more money today than every part of every century, because there's so much things to leverage on. So don't open your mind to leverage. That is your own, of course, cup of tea. But the thing is this: the idea is that the more you have, the more there will be, because consumption leads to more production. So this abundance mindset is very important, because it will make you to study more, to begin to look at how you can have something you can leave for your children. Some people don't think about children. They say, God forbid, me and America can come there. I don't even talk, talking to go keep for children. They can't take care of themselves. So you have a theory. I know they'll call my children come and take care of me. But you don't even know why your child is growing, why things become harder and harder the more. So you have to plan for your future now. That's the idea. It's an idea. You have to plan for your future. So write it down. This is the reason society, culture, university, high institutions. This is the reason society, culture. This is the reason society, culture, environment, universities despise wealthy and blame the billionaires for everything that is going wrong in the world. This is the reason, because they are focusing on lack instead of focusing on abundance. They keep blaming the successful that we are the reason that they are broke. No, we are not the reason. We just saw opportunity and we took advantage. But you saw opportunity, you didn't take advantage. That's why people are poor. Poor is simply spelled POOR, which means passing over opportunity repeatedly. Show a poor opportunity. Tell that I don't have time. You need to complain. You need to look at what he doesn't have. I don't have. He's asking, how can I have? He said, I don't have. You need to count his limitations. Instead of counting the what. See, most of the things we take advantage of, we don't even have it, but we took advantage. We just say, okay, we can figure it out, because we know. So you see, this is the reason society, culture, high institutions, and of course environment despise the wealthy and blame billionaires for everything that is going wrong in the society. But it's not. We are not the reason why people are broke. We are not the reason why people are poor. The reason why people are poor is because of the way they think. Because they focus on lack. That's why they have lack. And whatever you focus on expands. So this psychology stronghold that when people succeed, it's at your own expense. It's the wrong mindset. Some people think that the billionaires are wealthy at some people's expense. It's not true. If you become rich, it means that other people have to be poor. That's a very bad mindset. So the richer you get, the poorer other people get because the other people are blaming other people. That is not true. All of us can be rich and wealthy. All of us can be successful. All of us, you sound lying to just go to countries like Dubai. You can see most of the those of the indigenous, that wealthy people, they don't even work. Go to countries like Kuwait. Go to countries like Oman. Most of those are all producing countries. Especially the Middle East. Those of them don't. They import laborers. They import Nigerians. See, we are the house helps. That's why I cannot stay outside Nigeria if I go on vacation, because whenever I travel, I see the kind of things my people are passing through. It breaks my heart. Remember one that was in Philippines, Manila. So I went to a restaurant at Las Pinas. So I met some Nigerians. Say, oh boy, what's the guy come? I said, I came for vacation. He said, vacation. I said, you leave Nigeria. I said, yes. Now he said, we came also just with Jackpot money day. We run Jackpot, but nothing show. I said, when they come back to Nigeria, he said, God forbid. People think say we don't hammer. Until we hammer, we don't go back. Can you imagine? So they are begging to eat in restaurants. That's get bad. Not all of them anyway. Those professionals go to study, get good jobs are there. But the fact that I better be a king in my country than to be a slave in another country. I better be a boss here. Then I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
Than to be, if they say tap or country, I say tata. Then if they say type, woman take one. I'm humble. No, I cannot. The other they do my forefather, I can't do it. So we must be in charge. It's Africa to the world, it's Nigeria to the world. So we must be thinking abundance. See, the fact is that people are thinking like that's why I'm having like. This I'm telling you, just from 10 positive affirmation about yourself. I'm a success, I'm healthy, I'm a millionaire, I'm an MD CEO. You must enjoy the work of a CEO. Our job is to think, tell not think. Think, create vision, tell not visions.
Vision.
And then create positive relationships, tell not relationships. Relationships. So create relationships, connect people, tell not connect. Say idea, say thought. That's the Bible. The book says think and grow rich, not pray and grow rich, not work and grow rich. It's think and grow rich. Tell not think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Don't worry about it, just think. Tell not think. Thinking must be on paper. Tell not paper. It's not paper, it's on paper. It's called worry. Tell not worry. Think on paper. I want to be into design. You are the architect. So there's no lack anywhere. It's just a mindset. Don't stop complaining. Say this time, then just make it 1 month. 1 month. Don't talk about problems. Don't talk about Nigerian problem, family problem. Don't talk about your personal problem. 1 month. Just mark this time. I'm telling you, good things begin to come to you. Don't say I don't have money. If you don't have money, say I'm very, very rich. Or God give me 500 now because I'm very, very rich. You can say positive. So remove everything negative from your vocabulary. Your life will become better. Act like one. Act like a rich man. Behave like one. That's how you have to be. Attract things. See, money is not something you pursue. Money is something you attract based on who you become. It's difficult because you have spent so much time with poor people. 2 poor men can never help themselves. So you have to delete yourself. No, delete. From poor people, enter in the state of abundance. Enter quality relationships. You see, your life become better. Enjoy the work of entrepreneur. What do? I told you, watch me from January to December. All my life is that despite this theory, I don't sweep floor, I don't wash, I don't do certain things. Not because even when I was living in face me, I face you with raw carpet and 2 pillows. I went to my village, brought somebody to stay with me in my house to be cooking and washing my clothes. But I don't want to get involved. I was thinking, I was writing, I was designing my life. And if I tell you what happened, so this is not about rocket science, it's about your philosophy. I got read one book, I said, now wow. So why me are they poor for a long time? You know, I could read one book like to reach that and pour that, think and grow rich, say psychology of rich people. You need to read all those, but my life begin to change. That is why anybody who sabi read, no read. It's the same thing with person who sabi read at all. You are the same classroom with illiterate. Like person who sabi read, you know read. You're in the same WhatsApp group chat with an illiterate who knows sabi read at all. Both of them are in the same classroom. Tell your neighbor, he that can read and refuse to read and study is in the same classroom and WhatsApp group chat. You don't compete with anybody. You compete because you think that somebody has what you don't have. You are envy because you think that jealous, hating, covetousness because you think that God has scarcity mentality. So one thing what someone else have, that is very bad. You already have enough. All you need to do is to discover, develop, and deploy. Say not discover. Say not develop. Say not deploy. That's how it works. So tomorrow we'll put eyes in. I'm done with the foundation. So tomorrow we'll put flesh. Turn off flesh. I'm purifying, I'm decorating the house. So by tomorrow we should round up this section. But it's going to be powerful. I'm rounding up and connecting all the dots tomorrow. So make sure that you have missed anything. You will actually have to a big understanding. Never from today to hate anyone. Never from after the class to be jealous or envious of anybody. To be covetous. No, all these things have to go. Because you have to focus on yourself. You focus on yourself to discover the things that God has given you, my brother. You will never work on it even till you leave this world. So that is how it works. So online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor, because mentorship is a little shortcut to success. He that stand on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Shalom. That is the best we can take. So for the rest of us that are coming for the first time, please